Okay, and this is what I promised to you. These are actually 2 years to give a bit better overview, but this is how an average first Lego League season and an average WRO season can overlap. And we strongly believe that these two competitions can build on each other. And in many countries, including Hungary, we are seeing a lot of coaches and teams who do an FLL season with typically FLL challenge season with, I don't know, 8 or 10 kids, then split these teams and assemble 2 or 3 WRO teams. Depending on the kids' interests, some kids form a Robo Mission team and enter these kind of tables and do a real nice robot performance. But some of the teams go for future innovators and do some kind of innovation challenge, very similarly to the first Lego League pillars. And of course, somewhere in February there is an overlap, also depending on how the first Lego League season is coming here. But that's already a very good preparation that, hey, with first Lego League everything is in motion, you are going for the competition, either you win or you don't win, doesn't really matter, because you can already formulate that, hey, we want to continue, we are in motion, and we will form 2 or 3 teams from ourselves, and this is how we will continue. That is also very, very good because you need to create slightly different kinds of robots, because what is performing very well in first Lego League typically performs very poorly here in WRO and vice versa. So here, smaller, faster robots are typically performing. Kids are not allowed to change things, so they are not allowed to get the robot back to the base, put an attachment on it. They need to program a totally autonomous robot. And what I really loved with WRO is when I started coaching also this kind of competition, I have seen kids starting to freely disassemble the robot. With FLL, I've always seen that kids were putting more and more things on the same robot. At the end of the day, it was a huge pile of Lego. In WRO, kids are disassembling the robot like every 2 weeks because they say that, okay, we can do it faster, we can do it in a more performant way. And typically here you are seeing much leaner robots. Yep, and this is how the 2 seasons can come together. And of course in August, July, typically there's a kind of off-season. There might happen that there are very good robotics camps during that period, but they are not part of the original competition. And before handing it back to Tamás, I think you will come. I might be wrong. I would like to mention the Edu Robotics Cup. That is the, let's say, innovation of the Edutus University, and is covering the whole world. This is a very, very nice challenge that was brought live due to the pandemic, because everything was online, everyone suffered, robotics competitions couldn't really happen. And this is a kind of 4-day, 5-day challenge, very similar to FLL or WRO, but with a much smaller kit. You can do it at home, and kids only need to record the robot run by themselves. And typically when I coach teams for this, we spend 1 weekend together from the beginning of Saturday to the very end of Sunday. Very intense 2 days. However, both for the kids and for the parents, it's really fun to see that, hey, in 2 days they could learn basic robotics, they could achieve, I don't know, 50% of the tasks, and no one thought it's possible. So this is an online thing. Also the mat is something that you can print yourself. So I think you will get more information from Oskars and the team regarding this kind of challenge.